When you look at a chart like this, just think the simplest things. Pick it apart. What are the symbols? Where's the sun? Where's the moon? Where's Mercury, Venus, Mars? What houses are they in? What signs are they in? And then after that, after those layers, the lines in the middle are speaking to you. Red is a warning. Red is war. Red is a hard aspect. Disharmony. Discord. So when you see the red with the moon, that's the emotional character of someone. It's how they remember their childhood. It's things that happened to them that shaped their emotional character that you know them for today. You can start to count things, oh, they have this to their moon, they have this to their moon, they have this to their MC, which is also to their IC, and then they have this over here. What's all this? This is a lot happening to that moon. So when I see a chart like this is my chart, but when I see a chart similar to mine, with the moon, things like that, I know that's the emotional character. So things have happened to them. To do with Mars. Over there with the squiggly lines on the left bottom, Mars, the sign they use for men. When Mars is involved, that's the lesser malefic, but it still brings malefic influence. And then Saturn is the greater malefic and brings greater malefic influence. And then the more that they're involved with other things, right? The Jupiter there makes Mars, the Marsy things happen more frequent, and the expression of them is bigger. Once you start piling all these things on, you realize a chart like this has a lot of emotional things and a background of that because it's the moon. So our heritage, where we came from, our roots. So when you start looking back in the family history with the moon aspects in people, you can see the family history too. So this person, I would look at this person and say this person came from some sort of war on both sides. There was some sort of chaos happening and war and battle a lot in this person's childhood, but also in their generations before that. South Node is there on a Venus Aries. Venus hates being in Aries. And all of those red lines, that's what it means. You can get right down to details and go through transits and see, oh, when something hit there, you probably had something happen to do with your family and discovering some shocking news. And to Neptune is kind of funny because it's to Neptune Sag and it's Pisces, so they're both Jupiter signs. And my dad is just the most spiritual person, he's just Bible all day, strict Christian. Read your Bible. That's what he always says. Just read your Bible. You'll get the lessons that you need every day. Just read your Bible. It does really fit for my dad, my son being square to Neptune like that. And then my mom, all this, my grandpa was sold as a slave to a farm scheme in 1940, very early in Saskatchewan, Canada. That's where I got my red hair. We don't even know where all that line came from on my grandpa's side of my mom's dad. Is a mystery. And it's one of those friggin' pieces that I found after I found Flat Earth. I realized the orphan trains and my whole childhood trailer park trash growing up in the white slums of Canada with this history that I didn't know, and it started to unfold to me. Anyway, I could go on for a long time, but basics. Red lines, warning, war, Marsy, squares, disharmony, discord. But when Jupiter is involved, like in my chart, a lot of the people that I used to hang out with are either gone off of Earth, they passed away, or they're in jail, or they're on the streets on hard drugs, being prostitutes and stuff. And the way that I see the Jupiter in my chart is I've always found spirituality somehow and felt like I had a deeper purpose. I'm very proud of myself. So I've always taken a Jupiter larger lesson from it. And a good example of that is I've collected everyone's birthday and everyone's chart. Almost everyone that I've ever met. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of you guys. So, hail Jupiter. So this is how you find temper aspects, this is how you find childhood trauma and all that, by looking at a chart. If I see a chart before I ever meet anyone, I know immediately. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go. That's just the way she goes. Sometimes your trailer could be golfing in flames. Golfing. You don't know what happened. It was probably bubbles. But the more you start to just pick these things apart, these old systems of knowledge that are worth looking into, once you start picking them apart, you realize how deep this goes, this rabbit hole. And it's fun. So come play Astro.
This guy's awesome. Someone wants some weed or hash? $10 a gram. Awesome weed, awesome hash.